Welcome back, everybody, for Make Something Mondays. Today, we are back with colony survival. Now, I have done a bunch of work on the base since the last episode when we first took our look at it. And as you can see, I've got a good number of wheat farms out there. I have completed the first level, and except I have not put all the beds in. Now, you can see this whole side is full of beds right now. And that is a total of 214 beds. I have 120 colonists employed right now. I've got the whole back side here protected with archers, the whole front side, and I still got another side of beds to put here, so that gives me a total of 428 beds on just this floor. I've got a second floor I'm about to be working on. That'll put me at 856 beds total for the tower with just those two floors. So I think after that next floor, I'm going to shrink it in and make it just a skinnier tower going up and focus on more production points like this. Now, the first floor is going to be most of my production. Now, I've got some of it set up now. As you can see, I've finally got a mint going to get me some gold coins. I've got a shop, which is right now focusing on just getting flat seeds so I can get my flats farms going. I do have four flats farms right now set up out here. And you can also see I have done some work on the outside area. It's not just farms for wheat anymore. I've actually moved everything back a bit, and I've started my remodeling work. I left this gap here because I was thinking about doing a moat, but then I kind of changed my mind for the time being. I'm not worrying about it yet. I do have a row of berry farms. I do have my flats farms started on this side. And then here's where my wheat farms are going. You can see I still have tons of zombies coming. This is going to be the outer walkway as it goes on the outside right next to the wall. And this is the first line of where the wall is going to be. And what I am planning to do for the wall is similar to what I've done here. I'm actually going to build the wall 3 blocks thick, where the inside is going to be sealed off except for an access point on each side of the gates, allowing me to place archers inside, because this was working great. All these guys up here were working great, except for the fact of having zombies come along the side here, get under the lip, and they can't be seen, and they started getting inside and killing my guys. So I've got these 6 guys on the outside here. I got 6 more in the back. I've got 4 guys inside just as extra precaution. But you can see I've got a ton of zombies coming from every direction, and I'm not having any problems with protection right now. Now, I have also been working on clearing out the basement area, the ground area, the lowest end, the place where I can actually mine. You see all these, storage crates I have around for my miners. I've got this place pretty much full of miners. There's some places I haven't filled yet just because I'm actually getting quite a good number of supplies. Really, the only thing I'm low on supplies at the moment is I need more wood. So I need to get more tree farms going. And for that, I want to get the walls done. But I have started filling this out, getting it marked all the way back. This is the back edge where you can see I actually dug my way down so I can know the back corner. I just got this other side over here to clear out. And then I have every level above this to clear out, because I'm not going to have just the mines down there. I want to have this whole area cleared out. And I think even though I can place the farms in this area and have them too high and fit, it feels claustrophobic standing here like this. Like, look at this. I am so close to the ceiling. It just feels so tight in this space. So I'm probably going to do 3 tall floors here. So this will be more of where I'm going to be standing, but I'm going to actually clear all these out and build new floors using the dirt to make additional farming areas down here for berries, flats, and wheat. So I'll have a floor for each type of farm in this same area, and then once that's done, I can actually build the walls along the outside edge and open up and dig continuing underground outside, which is another reason why I put my moat idea on hold, because I didn't want to dig down and then accidentally open up the moat and drop water into my farms underground. Okay, it's morning again, and I had to do some rework. I apparently miscounted my steps over to this side, but what I have decided, I'm going to show you here, is I'm doing 11 by 4 for the first block, followed by an 8x4 and another 8x4. And the reasoning for that is, as I'll show you over here, it lines it up better. I'm going for as much of a even kind of look as I can get. And as you see, I've got this one here that's not even lining up right, because for some reason the berry farms are weird. Like here on these, they start immediately to the edge with the berries, and then over here it's immediate to the edge and immediate to the edge, and then it's like, you know, from a certain direction they always go immediate to that edge for some reason. So I can't have this right to the edge, or I can't have a gap here and a gap here for some reason. It's always got to be to the edge, and there's no way to actually reorient them that I can see where I can have this look symmetrical from both sides. So that kind of bugs me a bit. But by doing it this way, at least, I still leave this little walkway that separates the sections, which means now I can build out my flats farms on this side and then start lining them up along this section, hopefully creating that whole square effect I was going for. Okay, so I have got the flats farms all measured out on the front side, but it's not lining up like I want it to. So I am not sure. I really want to figure out how to make the outside walls line up perfectly with the wheat. So I'm going to have to do some rearranging on this. I may change up the size of the flats farms here along the side walls, but I've got the front and back sides done. Worst case, I get some extra flats growing. But I think I am going to start working now on getting this section finished up so I can have the basis for the front wall section. And as you see, I've got a ton of wheat seeds finally. When I added all these new wheat farms, I ran out of seeds and it took a while to get the seeds built up. But I've got a ton of wheat seeds, I've got a ton of bread, I've got a ton of flour but waiting to be baked, and I have a lot of wheat that needs to be ground up. So I actually could stand to add some more grinders and bakers right now, probably. I may go ahead and do that actually, since I've got plenty. I want to keep this fairly limited right here until I know exactly how I want to lay it out, because I want to find some optimal layout for in here as far as how everybody has to move the least amount so they can just be right there and pop it in, but also not waste too much space on the crates for them to be able to access the stockpile. But as it stands right now, I have plenty of wheat for grinding and plenty of flour for baking, so we're going to add 2 more of each for now and let them get to work and see how my stockpile of wheat goes away, because I've got, where is it? Somewhere I saw it there. 5,103 wheat right now waiting to be turned into flour. So I've got plenty to use up. So we'll see how this affects my my supplies of that. But going out the back, you can see I've already got everything set up for 6 more flax farms here, and on the other side as well. I really want to figure out how I want the wheat farms to line up, because I want the wheat farms to be symmetrical all the way around, which should work considering that these are square blocks I'm basing things around. And I'm doing 10 by 10 patterns on that, so I would hope that I should be able to make it match symmetrically. So that's what I'm going to work on now, trying to get that lined up right so that this outer wall will be just perfectly symmetrical all the way around, no weird gaps or anything like that. And once I've got the basic for the wheat farms, like the layout for those, I can start building the wall with the 17,000 stone bricks that I have right now built up just from the guys down underground at the base level of the tower. Okay, so I came in here to check my arrow production because of the arrows being used up so quickly, and saw my iron ingots weren't being produced very rapidly. And then I started looking and I realized I was talking about producing more bread, and I put down the smelting furnaces instead. So now I'm actually adding more baking furnaces, or ovens, for them to actually bake more bread, which should increase the amount of food I have, since I am increasing how much food I'm using per day. I also managed to finish clearing out these old farms during the night, and one thing I don't like is when you clear the farm, you still have to go and manually clear all the wheat or berry bushes, flats, whatever, manually, in order to place any new farm there. It doesn't just auto clear, so it does increase the amount of time and effort it takes to swap your farms around. But we are going to go ahead and get the next row of farms done, following my little pattern of having one block walkway in between each farm. And let's see, I think that should be almost. I was one short. Yep, and that leads back over here. And what I'm going to do at the end, when I get done with all this, I'm going to have another row of wheat farms outside the wall. So I'm not worried about all this dirt, because it will be used again as dirt for more wheat farms. So I have another row of wheat farms all around the outside wall, and then I'll put tree farms all around that. So there'll be guys outside the wall farming, and they'll come in at night for protection, which will have the walls with all their archers along the top and along the inside protecting. And if they get in, then you still have these guys up here. So that should give me plenty of protection for my 856 colonists I'm going to be able to produce for just this location. Okay, we're coming to the end of yet another day, and I've decided to work on this side at the front and the same side at the back, and try to line up the outer row of wheat farms. And it's going to make some wonkiness in the middle with the flats farms, but I think I can work that out. What I've got now is from that 3-block section there, I have to here 39 blocks. So I am just shy enough to fit 4 farms in without walkways between them. And if each one has a walkway between them, then that would be 11, 22, and 33, which leaves me 6 blocks. If I add an extra block to each walkway, then that would be 12, 24, 36, which leaves me 3 blocks here and doesn't line up. So I've got to find a way to fit the right amount of farms in here into 39 blocks and have them line up right so that they line up here, and then this is straight 10 by 10 farms all the way across there, all the way across back, and this fills in as best as possible. So I've got to think about that, and I've got zombies coming in and chasing me, so that's not helping. I think I've got it figured out despite the zombies, and it's gonna make things look a little wonky on this side, but it will at least let me keep everything even coming from that direction. I will do 10 this way, but only 9 per farm this way, and I'll have 2 farms side by side, no walkway between them, a double walkway, which leaves me 2 more farms side by side all the way up to here, where there's a walkway here between those, and there's the big walkway in the middle. That's the way I've got it calculated up right now, and I think that's going to work, which means, of course, these flats farms will get redone in a short little while, but for now, that means this is going to be dug out all the way across, and I'm going to start getting everything lined up for this side, and once I know it works, I only have to copy it over to the other side of the building, and then I'll have the outside done as far as the layout for the farms, and all I've got to do then is start building the wall outside and setting up my better defenses, which I have got to get some arrow production going. I just noticed my arrows have dropped below 1,000, and that is not a good sign. I'm gonna go check on fixing that right quick, because that's gonna make a big difference at night when I get attacked. Okay, I found it's just as easy for me to go ahead and make the arrows myself and just dump them into the stockpile, because I can knock out that, from 700 arrows to 2,400 arrows in a minute, in less than a minute actually. So now I can get back to this. So we've got, if this is my outer edge, this is how far out I'm going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the outer walkway. Then that is going to give me my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for one farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Second farm. Oh, I miscounted. I was counting from that other farm. Okay. Yeah, not from there. This is going to be even 10s all the way across. So let's go ahead and dig this path out. Alright, and now I've got another section done. You see, there goes another wheat farm. And I'm actually low on colonists, so we'll go ahead and recruit them. Which means now I start lining up everything here. And that should line up pretty well for that. I still gotta dig this part out and extend this all the way out where I want it to go. I'm getting plenty of extra wheat seeds right now, as well as some saplings. And I am just loading up on everything I can. So I've got plenty of supplies coming in. I still don't have flat seeds. But I do have a good stockpile of flats going right now, which is helping out. And you see, as soon as I get flat seeds in, they're getting used. I do not have any flat seeds available just for normal use. Okay, so it's not perfectly symmetrical the way I would have liked it to be. But you can see the new changes from this point all the way over, the farms, how nice and neat they look. You know, 10 by 10 with a walkway between them and plenty of crates with torches to keep things lit up. I'm going to put more along there. And these are 2 9 by 10 farms, 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 and then 10 by 10s all the way there. I'm going to copy the whole thing over to the other side, which means then all I have to do is extend one more walkway out. Or actually, that's the outer walkway. So all I have to do then is extend it out 3 blocks for the wall, for the inside section of the wall, the outside section, and the middle gap for the soldiers to sit in and fire outside of. And I'll have basically the whole thing walled off and secured. I'm probably going to have it where the walls also have a... I was thinking about doing a ramp out from here where it would go like a walkway that comes out from this level and goes all the way along. And I tried it. I could not get it to look the way I want it to. I wanted to have like archways and things like that, and I couldn't get it to line up and look good. So I think what I'm just going to do is make like a little stairwell inside the walls where they can walk up from there into the top area, and that's where they are going to be, you know, covering access to everything from above on the top of the wall. And then I'm going to start building another row of farms out, like I said, like the wheat farms, the forest farms, the little tree farms, have those out there. You can see how close I'm getting now to that one little bit of water I had over there that I was going to use for a moat, but the problem was getting the water there to the moat area and digging down deep enough for the water to flow in. I would have been cutting into my underground farming area, so I nixed that whole idea. And I'm actually glad I did. Now, all I'm going to have left is to figure out how I want to do these farms. I will probably extend the flats farms the exact same way across, where I put another 10 by 10 there. And then figure out how to do like 4. Like one shorter one here, and shorter here, and shorter here, and shorter here, and fill up that little gap. And have 4 flats farms in this area, and then extend another flats farm that way, and have that as symmetrical as possible too, which will then give me a ton of flats, a ton of wheat, a ton of berries. I mean, my food is going up. Look, I've got 6,000 berries right now in my stockpile. 1,600 bread, coming up on 1,700 bread. You know, I've got tons of stuff going. So once this is done, I can start work on the wall. And then I've got to figure out how I want to do the inside production floors. Figuring out the most efficient way to lay everything out so they have the least amount of walking from their workstation to the crate without using a ton of space for crates. So I'm going to have to play with some options on that. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Just wanted to hurry up and get this kind of thing figured out. So now on the off screen, I know what I'm doing. I can just copy the design over there. and I can start working my way around the outside building the wall, which is not going to be a problem since I am now over 20,000 stone bricks in my stockpile. So I've got more than enough supplies to build the wall without ever having to farm a single item for it. Well, again, that's it for today's episode. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and tick the notification bell. It helps me out. It lets me know you're watching and lets you keep up to date with my 6 videos I post every week. You also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Say hi, follow, keep up with my content that way. Leave a comment below, too. Say what you liked about the base. Say what you don't like. Give me suggestions for a way maybe I could do this better next time. Or a suggestion for the castle. Let me know, what you think, and I'll try to implement it. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I am Mr. Spicy. I will see you in the next video.